Hey everyone, welcome to Daily Revelations. We are in Esther 8, second day in, and today I had you kind of look at just what about Mordecai's life set him up for where he was, and that had me thinking as I was reading through the chapter today, as I hope it did you. I don't know what you took away from it, but for me, the thing that really stood out was the things that came to Mordecai. And it was a quote that I read recently in a book that said that for what you do today will always circle back around to your future. And it's kind of weighty, isn't it? Is that the choices I make today will affect my tomorrows, and what happens, what returns to me. There's so many other scripture verses that talk about that. The one that was just really poignant that God kind of put right in the middle of my path that says it so well is Proverbs 12:14, which says, "A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his words, and the deeds of a man's hands will return to him." And that's exactly what we see in this example of Mordecai, is Mordecai's words and deeds towards the king and towards Esther specifically. We have seen those already in this book played out. He saved the king's life. He took care of Esther when she was younger. He advised her in what she needed to do in certain areas, and she respected him and listened to him. And so did the king, honored him, and I'm sure that was probably close on his mind while all this was going on. And so when Haman was exposed, Esther was given his basically his entire estate by the king, and Esther turned around and gave it all to Mordecai because most really she had no need of it. And to her, he had, and I wrote a list, he had been honoring to her, he had been respectful to her, he had cared for her, he loved her, and he showed love in and through his life, that family love, that love that, when you have a family member, you don't expect anything in return, you just do it. And we do that for more people as we are in the family of Christ. We see everyone as being our brother and sister. And I remember one time when it was long ago, we were getting some work done on our house, and the guy walks in and he's, giving us a quote for everything. And he found out I was a Christian. It's not hard to figure that out just by what I say and what I do. But he called me sister right away. And it's that familiarity, that willingness to love somebody because of who they are seen by God. And that will return to you in good ways. When we treat people disrespectfully, like Haman did, that will return to us in a not so good way. And so not only is it good for us to be loving to others for their good, but it's good for us to be loving to others for our own good, because it will come back at some point. And wouldn't we rather have it come back for good than for evil? There's so many Proverbs, I couldn't even tell you how many in Proverbs 12 alone that talks the opposite of what I just read to you. But we want to live on the positive side. And so just remember how you treat others, what you do, your words, your deeds will always come back around. And if we are satisfied with who we are, what God has given us, that puts us in the right place. And that's the other part of this, is that Mordecai found satisfaction in what he already had. He didn't care to be climbing the ladder of success. He didn't care. And maybe he did, but he suppressed it because he knew that it wasn't God's will. But if we find that we can be joyful and satisfied in what we have, we will love others. We will treat them well. We will speak to them well. Our deeds and our words will be loving because we've taken our eyes off of things that we would be striving for, and instead we find joy in the moment. And that's where we can give from. And so that's where satisfaction has its return, because We aren't pressured to do the things that the world says. You need to push away others and do this to get on top. You don't. God takes care of that. We just have to love. So, hope you're having an awesome day. And I will see you again tomorrow with whatever God shares with me again in Esther 8 here on Daily Revelations. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.